Meet Ali Louis-Borski, making his Broadway debut in The Who's Tommy at the Nederlander Theatre.
It's been pretty wild. I have to try to find moments to process it and be really grateful for it.
The rock opera first landed on Broadway in 1993, almost 25 years after the concept album's inception, garnering 5 Tony Awards. The Who's guitarist and principal songwriter Pete Townshend collaborated with director Des McAnuff for this latest iteration and the original 1993 Broadway production.
I want to go back to the very beginning because you obviously are very instrumental with creating The Who's Tommy, the stage musical.
I loved most of the British Invasion bands. I was actually a drama critic who said, well, it's the best musical ever, rock musical ever, but nobody could do it like, you know, The Who do it in concert. And I read this article and I said, oh, yes, we could. I got the invitation to go and meet with Pete. They said, would you like to do Tommy? And I said, yes!
The show tells the story of the fictional character Tommy Walker. At a young age, he witnesses a murder. The trauma and events that follow forces him to retreat inward. But as he pulls away from society, he gains notoriety for his mastery of pinball.
You've gone on record saying Tommy is the most challenging role you've ever taken on.
There's so many elements to it. You know, like with most characters, you kind of find one thing in that and follow like a full arc. But I've had to kind of find four different versions of Tommy throughout his path in this show. Because I start as a narrator, and then there's the part where I'm in the state of trauma, in this catatonic state, and then there's the state where I come out and become a celebrity, and then there's the final Tommy where he kind of sheds it all and sort of just goes back to family and kind of becomes a clean slate.
I know you wanna leave me, but I refuse to let you go.
McAnuff is no stranger to musicals that showcase an artist's catalog of work. He's also directed Ain't You Proud about the life and times of the Temptations, Summer, the Donna Summer musical, and Jersey Boys about Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
Rock and roll is in your blood. We've seen that with a lot of your shows, you know, how you take music and turn it into musical theater art.
I'm a musician. I'm a guitar player like virtually everybody my age. And I started as a composer. You know, I was a playwright composer before I was a director, and I still compose music. You don't like to pick shows as favorites, you know, because the shows are kind of like children. You want them all to be equal in your eyes. But I've got to say, if you put a gun to my head and say, you got to pick a favorite, it probably would be Tommy.
Songs like See Me, Feel Me, and Pinball Wizard have created generations of Who fans on and off Broadway.
In so many ways, this score is timeless. I'll talk to the Who fans, and you know, I'm so happy that this piece is back and that they get to witness it again. And then I'm talking to people my age who don't really know the Who are coming to see the show, and they're excited too. And so many of them have actually mentioned to me that they thought this was a new musical.
This production of Tommy is about now. The themes and issues in it, you know, everybody's wandering around looking into a mirror, albeit a black one. But this show has taken on a new pertinence. And Pete has said that Ali is the greatest Tommy we've had in the history of the piece.
Ali, you recently got to perform with him.
Mm-hmm.
What was that experience like for you?
It was wild. You know, most shows you don't get to necessarily work with the original writer unless it's a new show. So to actually be able to work with the person who created this and to have support from them. You know, we've talked, and he's even discussed like he's happy with like what I've done with his character, which is all you can ask for. So it's just been it's been another thing I've really had to try to process in the moment. Be like, this is crazy that I'm performing with Pete.
Why tell The Who's Tommy in 2024?
The Who's Tommy is a deep celebration of music, and at its core, like, no matter how many issues might divide us, music will always kind of keep everyone on one same opinion and allow everyone to feel a real intimacy with themselves and the people around them.
He has a great wisdom, well beyond his years. I want, you know, Ali's generation to see him. This is for them. It's not just for you know, guys like me.
Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your communities, click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV for the latest information, balanced coverage, weather updates every 10 minutes, and more. We'll see you then.